Mash, Olmsted Falls City School District Board Member Sean Brennan, City of Parma, President of Council, and Richard Delaquila, City of Seven Hills Ward 4 Councilman, as well as the appointments to elected office of Jeanette Irish Glass, Village of Moreland Hills Council Member, and Anthony Issam, Garfield Heights City School District Board Member. There's a second.
Second.
Thank you. Any question or comment? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
New business, Mr. Bellotti. Is there any?
No new business. I can just, I guess, two quick things. One is, this is a reminder, because we had a countywide recount that served as our audit. So we are done with, officially done with November 8th election, since that does serve as the audit. And then just one thing is that we're working on a few things, but one thing that staff are working on is that the Secretary of State has their national change of address and supplemental mailing that we send out based on changes in addresses that's compared to the post office. And then also looking at voter activity. This board here has a deadline, our staff of
Is that based
Thursday.
on the last election then?
So the voter history from last election
Yeah.
is incorporated into this.
Oh.
So anyone who did participate will get credit.
Perfect.
Yeah, so we're trying to give as much activity as we can, so that definitely was included. And I think part of the secretary's timing was making sure that it didn't happen until after the election.
Okay, makes sense.
Next Thursday, we need to provide a file down to the Secretary of State's office. I think it's about 80,000 individuals are impacted through this. And then from there, the Secretary of State's office looks at the data, and ultimately end of January is our mailing deadline for this process. So we've done all our data entry. We don't have any done. We've resolved all our duplicate resolutions or registrations for people who move across the state. So we are prepared and ready to meet that deadline on Thursday.
And how many, do you know approximately how many people are going to the winter conference?
I think we have 8 or 9 about.
Great, they're going. Staying in a new hotel down there too, I understand.
Yeah, they opened up a new tower there to help. Must be pretty
Terrific.
fancy.
Any other new business? No old business? Hearing none, then we have a public comment. Anything from the board members before I acknowledge? No?
No, thank you. And it was a busy year for multiple primaries. So I think everyone did good work.
Okay. Reverend Pamela Pinckney, if you're here. Oh, thank you. You all sign it. I'll sign this.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Reverend Pinckney. Thank
Happy
you for coming down.
holidays.
We have 5 minutes of your time. Thank you.
I thank you. I just want to, before I go into what I came for, I just want to just remind us of Don Quixote from the Man of La Mancha, who had the song to dream the impossible dream. And I just want to just remind you all and people that may be listening that voting has been a dream for many people. And thank you for making this opportunity. So just such a grand opportunity because it's the voice of the people. When the government became destructive to the people in my life and those who I know, God gave me vision for multiple entities, and I just want to share this with you so you'll have this so that I can help you all do what you do in the Board of Elections. I wanted to ask you if you would please, for the sake of people who are just beginning to vote, don't know the voting process, some who need a review or a reminder of the voting process, would you please just give us just a brief 1 or 2 sentence summary of the recount, the automatic recount process, so that people will be aware of how valuable their vote is. The other thing I wanted to ask you all to address, please, is the homeless population. It's not just rampant here in Cuyahoga County, it's across the country. It's nationwide, the homelessness. And I'm wondering, are the homeless people being valued in the voting process because they don't have an address? They don't have the resources that people need. And Some people are homeless due to natural disasters. Some are homeless due to domestic violence. Some people are homeless due to mental challenges or physical challenges. Some people are homeless because of a fire or something along those lines, or their home collapsed or whatever. But those votes need to be valued and considered. Some people are homeless due to safety reasons or whatever the reason is, but I would ask that you would please review the homeless population and the votes, whether they're being counted, valued, considered, and to let the people who are homeless know how they can vote and be valued. I wanted to also find out about the ballot box process that I've been talking to you all about. It's amazing, people come to me and whisper in my ear that they want my ballot boxes, but I still don't see it, because there needs to be some unity and some people come together if this really is a concern. I don't want people coming to me and then I come to you and ask you to help me with it, and then they're not willing to follow through. But I would like to know if the Secretary of State or the Attorney General did follow up with you in reference to getting more ballot boxes for the multiple communities. And finally, I would like to know, what is there any type of recourse for a mistake in the ballot, in the voting process? We know my experience, but is there any kind of recourse, and what is the process for recall? I'm not sure of it. I'm not really sure how that really works, but I would like you to make the public aware of what the recall process is, so that we keep people honest. We're not down here just to be coming down here. But people need to know when they're in these positions of leadership, they are to be held accountable and responsible. You cannot, not being a preacher, I can't live one life behind closed doors and go out in public and pretend like I'm doing something different. We need some accountability, and this recall process needs to be really taken seriously. And people, we need to hold people accountable. We can't have leaders beating on their children and their spouses behind closed doors, and then coming out in public talking about they're speaking against domestic violence. And we need to have some accountability. We can't have leaders high and drunk and doing whatever they want to do and exploiting things and people behind closed doors, and then not being held accountable, and not being held accountable for our money in our communities. We need some accountability, and I would like to know if you all would elaborate on the recount and the accountability process, and letting them know that prosecutorial processes will take place if they decide to compromise our election process. Thank you very much, and I hope that you all have a blessed and a prosperous, safe, hopeful holiday if you celebrate holidays. And I pray that our voting process and our electoral process will get better. And I pray that people will get over this COVID. And I pray that all will be well. I've been asked to actually come to Pakistan because they need help over in Pakistan. And if you all can help me with that, I would love you.
Thank you, Reverend Pinckney.
Thank you.
Hey,
God bless you.
appreciate your time
Remember the
coming down.
dream,
Yes,
your impossible dream. Dr. Yogi said.
thank you, Reverend Pinckney. Appreciate that. Having no other business, I will move to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
See y'all next year. Happy holidays to everybody here. Good health and continued success for next year. Thank you for all you've done and do.